Welcome to the DragonBroz. I am one of your DragonBroz, Shin the Hero.
And I'm the other DragonBro, Old Hunter Rage.
And today we have a treat. You get to jump into our, I was going to say daily lives, but it's not really, that's not the case either. We're just going to talk about oh man.
If only.
Now, I mean, Isaac might have an exciting life. I'm boring, not gonna lie. I'm old, grumpy. I'm the old, grumpy guy who be like, "Get off my lawn." That's the type I am.
Yeah, I told y'all. I wasn't joking. I was speaking truth.
But we are talking about our little experience, our time, because I got to go to a con finally with my boy Isaac and one of his pals, good friend of his. Isaac, you can tell us about her.
Yeah. I got away this past weekend for my birthday, and we decided to go to a con with my best friend Kenna. You'll probably hear at some point on this show eventually. But this was a big deal for pretty much all of us because it was my first time in cosplay. I had been to a con before. I think this was Walt's first time cosplaying at a con.
No,
right?
It wasn't my first time cosplaying because I dressed up as SpiderMan before. Like I told you, I was wearing that suit that you had on.
That's right.
That was the very first time, but that was my first time being at that particular con, and it was my first time being with the group that was cosplaying.
that's the one. Oh yeah, that's right. This is the first time he was with a group, and it was my best friend's Kenna. Her first time at a con and her first time cosplaying.
You wouldn't
so it was a big deal.
If you were there, you wouldn't even thought that, man. You wouldn't even thought that, man. Like you would have felt like with her, like she was the way she was strutting around and everything. I was like, man, she must have been to like 40 different cons or something.
She was a natural. It was quite a thing to see. I was watching her like I was a proud parent, bro. I was like, damn, she's really good at this. And Walt told me not to tell y'all, but this man's so nice to other people, but he treats us like shit. I don't get it. It must be having the Spider-Man suit on, because every time a kid would show up, Walt would be like, "Hey, little guy, how you doing? You want to take a picture with Spider-Man?" I'm like,
and the little kid was like, "Yeah, I want to take a picture with Spider-Man."
I'm sitting there like, who is this man? Like, how can you treat us like that?
And we will be showing y'all pictures and whatnot up here. So I mean, look at the stream or podcast part of this, whatever you want to call it. Be looking at it because we'll be showing pictures, cycling through pictures throughout while we're talking and everything, so you can see us taking pictures. What was the character McKenna was being? Cosplay.
So the con was like half Comic Con, half My Hero Academia Con, which was something I had never heard of before, and Kenna had the bright idea because she wanted to cosplay for this thing, and she picked Nana Shimura from My Hero, which for one thing we didn't see another one of them.
No,
at least I didn't.
I didn't either. I got there before them, a couple of hours before them, and I didn't see a one Nana, not at all.
Yeah, so that was a cool, stroke of fate. And it was also like she picked the character the night before, and we put the whole costume together the night before. And if I do say so myself, it's a damn good costume.
It was pretty. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. What they did, how they pulled this thing off and everything. It was a pretty good cosplay. Like she, minus like being swole. Though in some of these pictures you're gonna see, like you could be like, man, that girl's swole. Nah, that's just the pictures. But
yeah, she knows how to pull it off well.
But like minus that, like she looked, and the hair. her hair color wasn't the right hair color, but she looked damn near close to her. Like it almost looked like a freaking professional cosplayer.
It was quite shocking to see it all come together, because it was funny because before that, I put on my Spider-Man suit. It was her first time ever seeing me in the suit, and she was like, "Oh, that looks so cool! I can't wait to do something like that." And then she put her suit together, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's Nana Shimura! Holy shit!" So she was that. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, there'll be pictures. You'll see it. We might put up a reference picture for those of you who don't know what this character looks like.
Yeah, I will.
But as soon as we got there, it was like almost immediately it just clicked in her brain, and she just started taking pictures with everybody. It was amazing.
We lost her like 4 or 5 times. Like there was one time me and Isaac, we were sitting there talking. We ran into another Spider-Man, and we were talking. She was right next to us. We look, she gone. She just gone. I was like, where did she go? There was one time she was in front of us. We were all together. She was in front of us. I point out a Brawly statue to this man Isaac. We look back. She's gone. We was like, where did she go? That happened many times.
It happened exactly like that, because we were looking and then we'd blink and then she'd be gone. We're like, where? I usually have a good handle on like, I've known her for so long, and like we're so close to the point where like I can just point her out. But at this point I was like, I don't know where she is, Walt. I think I lost her. She's moving so fast.
Right? I was the same way. At first I was like, well, maybe if I find a cape we can find her, but there were so many capes, so we couldn't find. I couldn't find it like that. There was a couple of times where this man had to try to call her, and then his connection failed. I was like, well, eventually she'll find us. I mean, there's only so many Spider-Man here.
True. There was like, I don't know if I don't remember how many Spider-Man there were. For us, not even to mention, it was Alabama's Comic-Con. We didn't even say that. It was Alabama's Comic-Con that we went to. Totally forgot about that. But when I got there a little bit before them and everything, and there were like 3 other Spider people there. There was another person in the Miles costume. There was a guy in this homemade costume. I wish my camera wasn't. My phone on my camera it broke. It's just shattered, so I couldn't take pictures. So all these pictures that you're seeing and everything is from Isaac and from McKenna. But like if I had a camera and I'm not big on taking pictures in general, but when someone comes up to you, like when I got in there and I got up the escalator and everything, got on the top floor, the moment I got up there, I was getting pulled right and left. Can I get a picture with you, Spider-Man? Sure can. You get a picture with me. There was one kid, I put him on my shoulder and he was so happy and everything. There was another kid dressed as Spider-Man there. Most of it was kids. There was a lot of girls, which I was surprised, I guess, because the day before, I asked in the Discord, I was like, yo guys, what should I wear? Spider-Man PlayStation 4 suit or the Last Stand suit? And I honestly wanted to wear the Last Stand suit, but at the same time I was like, man, it's gonna be hot as hell. I'm gonna die if I wear the suit. So, and then almost everybody in the Discord was like, wear the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 costume, the advanced suit, mainly because you see the booty and all that junk. And I guess that's one of the reasons why all these girls wanted to take pictures. There was a lot of girls that wanted to take pictures with me and Isaac. No lie. We got pulled. That was a new experience.
Yeah, we got pulled to the side a lot. But there was a couple of Spider-Man that we saw. There was one because I did the point meme, the Spider-Man meme that everybody knows. I did that picture. And I saw there was, like I said, there was the homemade suit, which, like I said, that homemade suit was really great. That was real cool. There was the Iron Spider-Man, and then there was another Miles suit. And it's only the only Miles suits that I saw was the Into the Spider-Verse Miles suit. Nobody wore the comic suit or the video game suit. It was just that one. But like when I saw the Iron Spider-Man suit, and it's from Avengers, the MCU Iron Spider-Man suit. It's that Spider-Man suit. When I saw him and he walked up to me and put his hand out to shake, I was like, I slapped it. I was like, I don't want to shake your hand. Your suit trash. That's how I said, and I walked away. I walked away. I came back. I was like, I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't like your suit for real, but like, you look good in it. But because I hate that suit with a passion. But like, I was there, and at this con too, a lot of Power Ranger actors were there. I mean, you also saw Ninja Turtle. There was a Ninja Turtle actor there. It was the OG original April O'Neil. She was there. I didn't meet her. Her line was ridiculously long. But
oh yeah, I bet.
The Power Rangers that were there, it was OG Red Ranger St. Austin John, also known as Jason Lee Scott. You had Walter Emmanuel Jones, the OG Black Ranger Mighty Morphin, Zach Taylor, Hip Hop Keto, and then we had Bulk and Skull there too. I got to meet Bulk and Skull. I got to meet them. I didn't get anything signed or anything like that because I didn't want to be one of those fans, and I also didn't want to shove like $50 to get something signed. But of course, but like I did meet Bulk and Skull, but I didn't really. I only said when I walked by Jason or Austin St. John's booth. When I walked by his booth, I was like, Jason over Tommy. And he just looked up and pointed like, yeah, you know, you understand. I was like, yeah, man, JC over Tommy. But like the line, and I'm glad that that man Isaac was not here for this, but I was nervous as hell to meet Walter Jones. I was nervous as hell. Like, and I sat there and talked to him for about like 5 minutes. That was it. I stood in line, and I stood in line for maybe about like 15-20 minutes. Got to talk to him for 5. I shook his hand and everything, and we just talked about life, and it was just such a surreal moment talking to like one of my heroes, like, especially a childhood hero of mine. Like, and I just was like, man, this is just great. I can check this off my list now. Like, I got to meet one of my heroes. The only other person I would want to meet, and rest his soul, was Chadwick Boseman. But like meeting the OG Black Power Rangers, like this, he's the reason why representation, like, at least to me, matters as much as it does. And like, you're right. And it just meeting him, like, the only thing that I should have got a picture. I really wanted to get a picture, but at the same time, my camera, I didn't have a camera. I didn't have a camera to get no picture or anything like that. That was the one thing that I wish I would have did. But like, I was nervous as hell. Like, I was shaky and everything. I almost cried meeting this man and everything. And like, and this man is like about to be like 52, 54 or something like that. This man looked like he's in his mid 30s, man. Like, he looked, and he was like, man, you look good for your age too. I was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, black don't crack. I was like, you're right, man. You're right, man. But like, man, it was so surreal meeting him. And I will say this, I thought I was short. This man Walter, he's short. That man is short. He's short. I'm about a couple of inches taller than him. I was like, man, he looked taller in the show. But like, it was amazing, man. It was just amazing meeting him. And like, after that, I was like, man, I'm done. I could leave after that, but I couldn't leave. I was waiting on Isaac and them.
Like, we get there, he's just like, all right, bye. Wait a second.
I was so excited when they got there. I was like a little puppy when they got there, like a giddy little schoolgirl when they finally got there. Cause I was by myself the whole time, and I just was like, man, I can't be hype or nothing. I ain't got nobody here that I know. Hey, Spider-Man, can we get a picture? Yeah, sure, whatever. And then they got there. Yeah, I came alive, man. I came alive at that point.
Yeah, you came alive by immediately like reprimanding us, because as soon as we started to come up the escalator, he was like, finally, and I'm like, man, don't start. But I looked up and there he was, and then began our con experience. Well, I mean, at least ours. But I mean, damn, we had such a good time. It like the most rewarding part of all this, like I didn't get to meet any of the Power Ranger people or any of the voice actors or anything like that, but it was just like, this was my first time in cosplay and as my favorite superhero, and to see like the amount of like kids that showed up, and then when they would see us, their eyes would, you know, get really big and they'd be like, we want to get a picture with Spider-Man. And like, it was at that moment I take stuff so much more like, almost spiritually, I guess, if you want to take it that way, because like, they're calling me Spider-Man. They don't know my name or anything like that, but they're calling me Spider-Man, and that's all I ever wanted in life. And it's just like, damn, I really am this guy to them. And then we took pictures with them. Like half of these pictures we don't have because they're on their parents' phone, but that kid is going to look at that picture as like, he's going to show the kids at school and be like, I got a picture with like 3 Spider-Men while I was at this thing, and it's going to be the coolest thing he's ever talked about. It's nice to know that I had a part in that.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, there's like, being in costume like that, it changes your walk. Like, I started walking around, like, I would pull my mask up, and, you know, me and Walt would start, you know, messing around and talking and being stupid and shit. But then I pull the mask down, and you just turn into Spider-Man. Like, you be real friendly to people. I couldn't see a damn thing, so I needed Walt to be like my... Yeah, for those who don't know, I have really bad eyesight, so I wear glasses most of the time. And the mask, I can't wear my glasses in, and it's already like limited visibility inside the mask anyway. Boy, after a while it got easier to see through, but a lot of times Walt would be walking away and I would grab his shoulder. I'm like, all right, hold on, you'll go slower. I can't see nothing here. But it was such a good time. We had so much fun. Plus, like, Kenna, again, moving quickly, and she was on a quest.
Oh yeah, to find her killer.
It was amazing. For those of you who don't know, in My Hero, I don't think this is a spoiler.
No, it's not. It's not.
Nana Shimura's killer is All for One. So she was looking for an All for One cosplayer, which was weirdly hard to find in a My Hero convention.
It was. All Might,
and we found one. Oh yeah, All Might was strangely hard to find too. There were 1,000 Dekus. Like everywhere you turn, there was a Deku somewhere. Which I mean, I guess was going to be. That's gonna happen.
Yeah,
so
yeah. And she was also trying to find her grandson too. We found one Shigaraki.
No, we found like a few.
A few?
Yeah. There was just one that was really good that actually had like the hands all over him.
Yeah. Man, me and Isaac, we had took a picture with this adorable Aerie. It was a little girl. She was so adorable. She had the horn and everything. And she walked up to both of us. Her parents was there with her, and she tugged on this man Isaac's jacket because he was wearing the Miles costume with the jacket, with the hoodie and everything. And she was like, "Can I get a picture with both of you?" And I was like, "She's so adorable. I can't say no."
Like I didn't see her walk up to me or anything. I just felt the tug on my jacket, and I looked down, and there was a little Aerie, and I was like, and she was like, "Can I get a picture with you guys?" I was like, Of course you can. You're so cute. So, and I hate that we didn't get a picture of it, on my phone or Kenna's phone.
Oh, she did it? I thought she had got a picture.
I don't think so. I can look through the pictures she sent me again, because there were so many. So we took a lot of duplicates as well. So you got to sift through those too.
Yeah.
Oh, Cora, please chill. Sorry.
Did she take a picture of that one when we saw the other Spider-Man? Like, these two dudes, they was in pretty good costume. But I was impressed that this guy had a legit Miles 2099 costume from the game.
I think she did get one of that. I'll look through the pictures again. But yeah, his suit was great. He had the hood and everything. It was dope. And then Walt got a gun pulled on him from this one random dude. We put the video in there.
I'm gonna put that video up. And when we met Master Roshi, we met a black Master Roshi, guys. This Master Roshi was dope. And in costume and in mask and everything, we did the Kamehameha and we halted the whole con, or at least in the buyer's spot where we were. We halted everything when we did because it was loud. It was loud, and the moment we started, everybody around us was pulling out phones and stuff like that. It was amazing. That was my favorite moment from the con when we did that Kamehameha.
That was pretty fun because he was like, all right, what kind of picture, what pose do y'all want to take? And I looked at Walt and I was like, well, you know what we got to do, right? And he's like, what? I said, we got to do the Kamehameha. And then the Roshi guy heard and he was like, why didn't I think of that? And so we all did the video. It was great. Oh man. And of course we took a couple pictures with him afterwards, but that it's one of those moments where I think if I hadn't been in mask, I would have felt not cringy, but I would have felt shy about that kind of thing. But I was in mask, nobody was ever going to see me again. I was like, well, I can scream at the top of my lungs this time. It'll be great.
And we were in unison too. That was the craziest thing. We was in unison. It was like the teacher-student Kamehameha from World's Strongest, man. We was all in unison and everything. And we did it all at the same time. We thrusted the hands out and everything. Man, it was amazing, man. That was my favorite moment of the whole thing. That was my favorite moment. Besides meeting Walter Jones, besides meeting him, which I don't know if you listening or watching this. I was Spider-Man who met you. So you dope. Just saying, man. I just saying. They say not to meet your heroes, but that dude, I mean, I would say meet him 100%. And then also Walt and I were kind of in heaven for a little bit. You'll see this in a later video when we actually talk about it. But there were so many figures there. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh man. Gosh. The figures. There were a lot of figures, and I brought $300. I told Isaac you could get one thing for your birthday because originally I was gonna get them, which I'll post up here. There was a Brawly figure, which I had bought myself too, and there are things that happened with the seller, and I got a refund. So I told him, besides giving him the Spider-Man costume, I was like, I'm gonna get you one thing for your birthday, man. You're a little brother to me. I love you to death. I'm gonna get you something. I normally do this for one friend once a year. Once a year, one friend gets something on their birthday. Cause I got a lot of dudes I call friend, but I have a small amount of people I call brother. So those people I normally will get something for them. I try to spoil my the people I call my kinfolk. So I told them you can have one thing, and I already was there ahead of time, so I scouted out a lot of stuff, and we saw this Brawly. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but we saw this Brawly. It was OG Brawly though. It wasn't new Brawly, but it was OG Brawly, and I was like, he's probably gonna want that. I'm 1,010% sure he's gonna want that. So when he gets here, I'll point it out to him. So I was already prepared to buy that. I was 100% prepared. I told him it didn't matter. You get one thing, no matter what it is. You get one thing. And all the figures there were some pretty nice figures. But the thing that really, and I know it's a con, it's a Comic-Con, so of course prices are gonna be ridiculous. But the one thing that really fucking made me mad was I have some of the figures. I had a good portion of the figures that we saw. Some of them didn't have like price tags on them or anything like that. And I would go up and ask, like, there was one guy who had his junk stacked like a freaking castle. Like, it was ridiculous. I asked him how much was this Vegeta, and he said $250. I was like, $2.50? That's pretty good. $250. And I was like, what? He was like, yes. You want it? I was like, no, I do not, because I already had that Vegeta and I didn't pay $250 for it. You know how much I paid for it? $50. And I was like, what the why is this so much? Why is this a ridiculous amount of money? That Brawly statue that I had pointed out to Isaac that we saw, that was $500. I was like, no, that can't be right. That's not right. That's not right.
Thank you.
That's not right at all. The Rim Bunny figure, because I have the Rim Bunny figure, and I paid some money for it, but his was like $800, man. I was like, no, it's not worth $800, man.
Woof.
I just was like, man, like, nah, man. And like some of the, I mean, when we got a figure, when we did get a figures, which I'll post up on here. He made me waste money on a Super Saiyan 4 figure, which I said I'll never do, but it's not for me.
I said I've got Super Saiyan God.
Oh, Super Saiyan God. Oh, my bad.
I saw the 4 one and I was like, it'd be real funny if I made him buy a 4 figure for me. And then I was like, nah, I want the red one. I want a red Vegeta anyway.
I just remember it was red, so. But I got that for him, and I got Kaioken Goku. It was it's supposed to have been a limited edition type of figure from the not Foo Fighters, but Tag Fighters, I want to say, line from Bandai. And this thing looks nice. Like, it looks like he's in Kaioken.
It's beautiful.
It looks like he's in Kaioken without the aura and everything like that. Like, cause his pants are like this, like it's like a metallic red on his pants. His skin is pinkish. The hair has red tint on it and everything. It looks pretty cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it looks nice. But the Vegeta figure was $50. Mine was $60, so everything came out to be $110. And if the old lady wasn't so nice and sweet, I would have made a scene. I don't know. I probably would have been a nigga. I'm just about to say I probably would have been a nigga. I know. I was like, man. And the other thing is, like, I'm very particular about my when I get figures and the condition of the box, because I keep the box. My box was beat up, so I'm just like, this devalues it already. 2, I can tell it was used or it was opened at one point, because it didn't have original tape on there. You can see the breaks and stuff on the box and everything, so it was open. All they did was take the figure apart and reseal it and everything. So, and I was just like, all right, whatever, man. When I got home and looked, I was curious. I was just curious. I was like, I know I probably spent maybe a little bit more than what I wanted to, but I just want to see how much these things. You know how much that man Isaac figure was? $24.99 online. $24.99 free shipping. I was like, what the fuck? How much was mine? $25.99 free shipping. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, never again am I buying a figure from a con. Though I mean, I did get some keychains too, but like those keychains, they look like they were worth the price of what they were supposed to be. But like I don't know, man. Like I already feel iffy about people buying stuff from cons, so especially figures, because a con is just a fancier garage sale for most people. That's all it is. It's a fancier garage sale or flea market.
That's a way to put it. Yeah.
But like, I mean, like I said, I am so glad I got the figures and I got something for Isaac, but I was a little tilted when I got home and saw those prices. I was like, motherfucker, I could have got this yesterday too, on Amazon. But yeah. Tell them about the adventure of McKenna and her belt.
Yes. So pretty much with her costume, everything we were able to find in like, a dirt cheap. The suit she already had because she had dressed up as Catwoman for Halloween once. So she like cut the sleeves off of that. We bought a tablecloth and found some like gold rope and made the cape. We got some yellow wash gloves. We bought some $20 boots from Walmart. The boots, by the way, are not like superhero boots, but they look so cool with the rest of the suit. It's amazing. The only thing that we needed to find was the belt buckle, because the belt buckle is the only thing that's like legit from My Hero, and you like, if you wanted to buy it, you'd have to like order it online and everything like that. We couldn't do that since it was the night before. But so she was like, I got an idea. We'll make it out of clay. And I was like, what's this wee business? And she was like, yeah, you're gonna make it out of clay. And I was like, cool. So again, we stay up all night and I made the thing out of clay, and I couldn't remember what the baking process was for this thing. And I remember I called my mom. I was like, hey, so do I just throw this thing in the oven? That I could just do that? She's like, yeah, that's it. Just keep an eye on it. So I built the belt buckle out of clay. I hollowed out some of the pieces. It still looks, I mean, if you look at it really close, you can tell. I'm pretty sure there are some of my fingerprints on it and all that kind of shit. As much as I tried to smooth it out. It definitely looks rudimentary, if you want to call it that. I'm still very proud of it though. But so we bake it, and we also had sculpted a couple like belt loops, so she could like loop the fabric into, connect it behind, that way the belt would just sit on top of the fabric. As she's trying to put the fabric through one of the loops, the loop just completely cracks and breaks off, and we're like, yeah, I thought it was going to go this way. And so we looked at each other and we were like, what if we just hot glue it to the fabric? And she was like, yeah, that's probably what we're going to have to do. So we hot glued it to the fabric, and it stuck, and it was good for the most part. We get to the con, and we're walking around. She's taking pictures. She's moving quickly and everything. And after one of her disappearance tricks, she comes back, and she's like, my belt buckle. And it's like half hanging off, and we're like, oh no. We're like, oh no. So now we got to find somebody to try and fix it.
Mind you, while we're walking around trying to find somebody to fix it, she's getting pulled left and right to get pictures taken of her. So like in a lot of her pictures, she had to hold the belt buckle at an angle where like her hand were on her hip to make it seem like the belt buckle wasn't falling.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
She was an absolute trooper. It's crazy because the reason we started walking around looking for stuff is because at most cons I had heard about, there's at least one or two stations where it's like a cosplay fixing station, and they have all the supplies that you would need to fix something if something's like falling apart. But I guess this was not one of them. So we were like asking random vendors like, hey, y'all got any glue or like tape or something? And it came down to it, we just had to get some tape, she tapes it back on, and it held until we were pretty much ready to go. It was like about 10 minutes before we were just sitting there. It was like after Walt was getting the figures, and she had ran off to find some tape, and we walked around for a little bit more, and then I looked at her. I was like, "Are you good? Are you ready to go? Have you had enough?" She's like, "Yeah, I think I'm good. This has been really fun. I think I'm ready to go." And at that moment, the belt popped off again, and then I was like, "All right, well that does it." But yeah, it was that was an adventure in itself. We had multiple like side quests to do during this con. It was great, and they were all with her. Me and Walt were just kind of like existing in the con. She was looking for people. She was looking for her grandson. She was looking for her killer. She was looking for people to fix the belt.
She was clearly the party leader. She was clearly the party leader.
Oh yeah, because like I was half expecting to like be the one to kind of lead her around, but as soon as we walked in, I was in front, and as soon as we walked in, she took off, and I was like, "Oh well, I feel useless." And I looked at Walt. I was like, "We gotta catch her." So we're like trying to catch her. It was a good time. We had so much fun. And now she is hopelessly addicted, and I'm now going to say this on air, Walt. She wants to go to MomoCon next year, and I think it's going to be a done deal. Yeah.
Okay. Are we still going to try to do the Winterfest thing this in December, or we're just going to do MomoCon?
I think she just wants to do the MomoCon in the summer next year. Yeah.
That's cool. All right.
So stay tuned for that adventure. I'm sure that's going to be even crazier. But it was a good time. We had a great time.
And then like afterwards we went to Taco what?
See, I didn't want to tell you what the name was because I wanted to hear you get it wrong 10 more times before I told you what it was. It's a place called Taco Casa. Kenna talks it up. She loves this place. She says it's like Taco Bell but better. We got there. I'm talking like this was a hole in the wall type of taco place.
It was trash. I'm telling you, man. It was trash.
I will say though, like this place gave me probably one of my favorite pictures because I don't have any pictures with Walt besides this con, and it was just this one of us standing in the line without our mask, but we're still in full suit, and I don't know what we were laughing at. We're probably laughing at the menu or something.
Yeah, I think we were laughing at the menu.
But that's like one of my favorite pictures now. That's just so surreal looking. But I just remember we walked in, we were like, there ain't no enchiladas on this menu. No, we were like, there ain't no
quesadillas. Yeah. And I was like, what do you get here? She was like, I just get the tacos. I was like, is that all you get? I just get the tacos. What? Tell me something else about this place. We could go if y'all want. I was like, no. We're gonna stay. We're gonna stay. I'm gonna dog you, and we're gonna stay. and I got some nachos, and these chips was stale. At least to me. Everybody they ate the chips and said, "Oh man, they're fine to me." Man, no man, it was stale. It was stale chip. Don't believe Isaac and what he says. These were stale ass chips.
I don't know. They tasted fresh to me.
And Isaac got what was it? The taco burger?
It was a chicken taco burger. It was definitely one of the weirdest things I've ever eaten in my life. Because if you can imagine it, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's it's a hamburger bun with lettuce, cheese, and shredded taco chicken with some sauce. So it's basically like they made a taco, and then they were like, we don't need this tortilla, and they threw the tortilla away and then slapped it in between a hamburger bun. And I was sitting there, I was like, this is bizarre. I don't know if I like this or not. Plus the whole thing where Walt made me his wallet for some reason. He threw all his money into my pocket.
I did not have pockets. If y'all see the pictures and everything, I don't have pockets. He was wearing pants with his suit. He was wearing the Miles into the Spider-Verse suit. He had pockets.
I mean, I do know the reason. I like to mess with him about it.
And then, I mean, when we also got in there, we were still in costume and everything. And McKenna got out of her. She took off her cape and everything. I was like, man, why you ain't in costume? And then she was like, her belt had busted. It's like, you could at least wore a cape.
At least.
But what happened after that? When we walked in there, I was like, man, I really want a steak, man. That's what I really want. And across the street, there was a Japanese steakhouse type thing. So I was like, you know what? This is trash, McKenna. You are no longer able to pick where we eat anytime we go out again. We're going over there, and we went over there. we went over there. But before we went over there, we got stopped because like some kids came in Taco Casa, and they was eyeing us up and everything, and we took a picture with the kids. The same thing happened when we went into the Japanese restaurant too, but like I was all pictured out at that point, man. I was tired.
Yeah, pretty much.
The next day though, my legs were done. My lower back was done. I was like, why am I so sore? Oh my god.
I woke up that next morning and stretched, and those of you cereal lovers, if you've ever poured yourself a bowl of Rice Krispie treat, the Rice Krispies, that's what my back sounded like the next morning. It was but it's like as much as sore as you get after a con, that next morning after a con is like so relaxing, and you're sitting there, you feel like you've done something, even though you literally just walked around in costume and took pictures with people. You still wake up and you're like, that was a good day. That felt good. And like me and Kenna we stayed at her place and watched stuff all day. It was fun. Although that Japanese place was fantastic.
It was.
It had good aesthetic too. Just the look of the place was nice.
What type of those fish that we saw?
They were silver albino arowana koi fish. I looked it up. It was funny. All three of us were sitting there talking about something, and I remember I looked over at the fish, and then I looked out of the corner of my eye, and they both were looking at the fish too. And I looked at Ken, and I was like, I wonder how much it would cost for me to take home one of those fish. And she was like, I was thinking about the exact same thing. And I was like, I wonder what kind of fish they are. And then I think we had like a 10-minute discussion about the fish.
Yeah, and I was like, I ain't no fishologist. Ask a fishologist.
And I was like,
ask. He was like, man, I'm gonna ask Google. I was like, so you gonna ask a fishologist?
It's like they're called ichthyologists, but you're right. I'm pretty sure that's what I can't remember. But yeah, and then we ate. Well, what did you get? You got like some teriyaki.
Yeah, I got the teriyaki chicken with the rice and everything. That shit was good, man. I ate the rest of it the next day.
Kenna got sushi.
Yeah, she got.
Yeah. She got sushi.
That bowl though, man. I want one of those bowls so bad. And that spoon. When we had the soup.
Oh yeah, with the spoon. It's funny because like the night before we had gone to a sushi place, so we had already we were using those bowls before because I tried miso soup for the first time and it was delicious. And they had those spoons, and I had the exact same thought that Walt had because he picked up his spoon and immediately, I don't know what it is about guys, but when we take a spoon, we put the whole spoon in our mouth to eat it, right? And with this spoon, you cannot do that. You cannot. Have to
you cannot. I was like, man, you know how much cereal I could get in this? This one spoonful.
And because I remember the night before, I was trying to do that too. I was like, all right, this soup is really good, so I have to shovel it into my face. I'm trying to like fit the whole spoon in my mouth. I'm sitting there like, this is not working. I'm really just gonna have to sip this soup, aren't I? But yeah, and then I had shrimp tempura, which turned out to be a lot bigger than I thought. They were like whole magic wands when they showed up at the table, but they were really good. And then after that, Walt went home, and then we went home and passed out at like 10:30, which is very early for me to go to sleep.
Man, that's what time I got home. Was 10:30. All right, man, we're gonna wrap this up. Give me your favorite moment of the con, of your whole con experience at Alabama Con.
It's a tie between the Kamehameha and this is definitely not your favorite moment, but when that one, like, the vampire ninja dude came up with the sword and tried to fight you. That dude was so fucking weird. Like, I don't know why I found that part so funny to me, but he just kept showing up. He's like, I wonder if your Ultra Instinct will let you dodge this. And I was like, all right, it's time to move on. We'll just leave this guy behind and go do something else now. Yeah, that was, it's either one of those moments. Those moments were great.
That was the weirdest moment. I'm not gonna lie. This dude came. We were sitting there talking to this guy and his girlfriend, and he had a Goku shirt on and everything, and because we had just finished taking a picture and everything, and like, yeah, this random the thing about it is he came up to us once before during the con. Yeah. He came up to us once before, and we kind of just like left at that point because there was another Spider-Man with us. He was wearing the Ramsey the Tobey Maguire suit. He was wearing that, and he started talking to him, and we kind of just like pawned the dude off on him, and then we left. Then he comes up again, and then he's like, can your spider senses save you from my bunkai? I was like, what the fuck? What?
You're not even a Bleach character. What are you doing?
You look like Blade, dog. What are you? What? I was. You get those type of people at con. That's all I'm gonna say. You get those type of people, but it's just, it wasn't annoying, but it was like, it did throw me off for a second there, because I almost forgot where I was for a second, because we was in mid conversation and this dude just showed up, and we were like, what? And then he looked at the dude in the Goku shirt. He was like, Goku, can your Ultra Instinct save you from my? He said some sword name. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but he said something, and then he was about to do it, and I was like, what? Time to go, guys. Time to go.
It was yeah, that was strange. That dude was strange. What was your favorite moment?
I don't know. I mean, I had a lot of moments. I had a lot of great moments in there. The Kamehameha, like, it's up there, man. That Kamehameha is up there, man. That Kamehameha is up there. Yeah. But like, other than that, I'd have to probably say my favorite moment was meeting Walter Jones, because I mean, our both were. When I told him, he was like, "Man, what's your name, man?" And when we shook hands, I was like, "It's Walter." He was like, "What?" Yeah, man. His eyes got big when I told him, like, "Hey, man, you Walter? I'm Walter." I was like, "Yeah, man, yeah." Like, I probably have, yeah. I don't know. It's like it's between that and the Kamehameha. Like, the Kamehameha probably would have been, it's probably like the peak moment, besides taking pictures with y'all, like just you and McKenna too, and like when you see the picture that Isaac was talking about, that's probably is one of my favorite pictures of all the pictures that we took, what she had took of me and Isaac, because it just felt all natural and everything like that, and it was fun. It was great. It was great. But yeah, that was our Alabama Comic Con / My Hero convention experience and all that junk. And again, we got pictures and whatnot, so we ain't just talking. I mean, and we appreciate you listening to it, us ramble on for about like 50 minutes and talking about this and everything. We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate you guys just being subs to the channel and everything. We will be talking about Baki here soon. Everybody, you will be seeing that video pretty soon. We're gonna have a little talk about that. We're gonna try to get our Ippo video out of jail so people can eventually see that. And I mean, other than that, I mean, do the liking, the subscribing, all that junk. Drop comments down. Tell us something. Tell us if you were at the con and you saw 2 Spider-Man and a Nana Shimura running around. Yeah. Tell us if you were at the con down there in the comments below, and give us one of your con experiences and everything like that. As we always say, we don't always say anything, man. We really need a catchy catchphrase at the end of these things.
We do.
But what was you gonna say? Your wish has been granted.
I was. Oh, that's a good one. Well, yeah, I guess
it's not good. That's terrible. Give us a cool saying down below. See you later.
Yeah.